I never expected a $79 DNA kit to destroy my entire family in one weekend, let alone expose secrets that had been buried for 27 years. But here we are. My name is Emily, I'm 27, and until last Thanksgiving, I thought I had a normal family. A mother who loved too hard. A father who was distant but financially supportive. And a brother, Ethan, who was always the golden child. Everything felt normal, or at least normal enough. But one casual decision, a stupid holiday discount DNA kit, turned my whole world inside out. And it revealed a truth none of us were prepared for. The DNA test arrives. It started as a joke between me and Ethan. He bought both of us DNA kits because, let's see if we're secretly royalty or something. We laughed. We spat in tubes. We forgot about it. 3 weeks later, the email arrived while I was at work. Your DNA results are ready. I clicked the link expecting fun facts. 38% Italian, 12% Irish, blah blah. Instead, I saw something that made my stomach drop. Under immediate family I saw Ethan, full sibling. Mom, parent. Unknown male, possible father. No genetic match for John Carter, my father. I refreshed the page. Refreshed again. My father, the man who raised me, the man whose last name I carry, wasn't even listed as a possible relation. Not a partial match. Not a weak match. Nothing. It felt like the entire world tilted. My first thought? This has to be a mistake. My second thought? My mother has been lying to me my entire life. Confronting my mom. I didn't tell Ethan. Not yet. I drove straight to my parents' house, heart pounding, hands shaking, adrenaline rushing through my veins like wildfire. Mom was in the kitchen preparing pies for Thanksgiving. She looked up and smiled. That smile quickly faded when she saw my face. Emily? What's wrong? I put my phone on the table and turned it toward her. Explain this. Her knees buckled. She grabbed the counter. And then, she started crying. Not soft tears. Not guilty sniffles. No. She cried the way someone cries when their greatest secret has just been ripped open. Emily. I can explain, she whispered. Then explain. She covered her mouth with her shaking hands. I never wanted you to find out this way. The truth she never wanted to tell. I had prepared myself for the worst. Maybe she cheated once. Maybe a one-night mistake. Maybe something that happened before she married Dad. But nothing prepared me for what she said next. Your biological father, he doesn't know about you. No one was supposed to know. I made a choice to protect you. Protect me from what? I asked. Mom wiped her tears, but they kept coming. He was dangerous, Emily. He wasn't a good man. Your dad, John, he knew. He agreed to raise you as his own because he loved me and he loved you. My ears rang. My dad knew? He knew and never said anything? This wasn't betrayal. This was a war of secrets. Why didn't you ever tell me? She took a deep breath. Because I thought your biological father would come looking for you. And once he did, he wouldn't stop. My skin went cold. What do you mean? Mom's voice cracked. He was obsessed with me. And when I found out I was pregnant, he became possessive. Controlling. I had to leave him. Your dad promised to protect us both. I stepped back, my heartbeat hammering in my ears. This wasn't just a family secret. This was trauma buried for decades. But a question burned in my chest. If Dad knew, why isn't he listed on my DNA as even a distant match? Mom hesitated. And then came the part that shattered me. Emily, he's not your biological father. But Ethan is. My entire body went numb. My brother, my full sibling. My father, his biological parent. Me, the outlier. The odd one out. The secret child. The burden of a past she tried to erase. Everything made sense in one horrifying second. Why Dad always seemed closer to Ethan. Why I always felt like I had to earn love. Why nothing ever felt equal. Because it wasn't. Dad walks in. Just as Mom and I were locked in this horrible truth. Dad walked through the back door holding a bag of groceries. He froze when he saw me crying. Then saw Mom crying. Then saw the DNA test on the table. He closed his eyes like he'd been hit by a truck. Emily, you know? I couldn't speak. I could barely breathe. Dad placed the groceries down slowly. I always wanted to be your father. From the moment I met you. You are my daughter in every way that matters. But you lied to me, I choked out. He swallowed hard. We didn't lie to you. We protected you. That man, the one who gave you DNA, he doesn't deserve to know you exist. I stared at him. This wasn't just about lies anymore. This was about identity. My past. My origin. My entire existence. Mom sobbed into her hands. Dad rubbed his forehead, his voice low. We always knew this day might come. We just prayed it never would. The part that pushed me over the edge. Who is he? I demanded. Silence. Mom shook her head frantically. No. You can't know. It's safer if you don't. Dad looked terrified. Emily, if you ever reach out to him, you could put yourself in danger. You don't understand what he's capable of. I stepped back. You don't get to make that choice for me anymore. Dad's voice cracked. We're trying to protect you. No, I said, my voice shaking with anger, betrayal, and a new kind of fire. You're trying to protect yourselves. For the first time. Mom didn't deny it. Because deep down, she knew it was the truth. And then the real twist hit me. I opened the DNA app again. Under Relatives, a new notification appeared. You have a close family match, possible half-sibling. And beneath it, a name I had never seen before. Alexander Reed, 27 years old, Los Angeles, California. My blood ran cold. I whispered, Mom, who is Alex? Her face turned white. Dad nearly dropped to the floor. And that's when I realized. My biological father didn't just move on. He had another child. And he was looking for family. And now he found me. My mother didn't speak for a full 20 seconds after I read the name on my screen. Alexander Reed. 27 years old. Close family match, possible half-sibling. Her face turned to stone. My father's hands started to shake. That was when I knew this wasn't just a random match. This wasn't a coincidence. This was a ghost from their past clawing its way back into our lives. Mom, who is he? She opened her mouth. Closed it. Looked at Dad. Looked at me. And then her expression shifted into the same terrified look she had the night we lost power during a storm when I was 5, the look she gave when she thought something was outside the house. But this time, something was outside the house. A past she tried to bury. He's your father's son, she whispered. My stomach twisted. You mean my biological father, I corrected. Mom flinched at the words. Dad rubbed his forehead. Emily, Alex is your half-brother. The story they never wanted to tell. Mom sat down on a stool, her legs trembling. I met your biological father when I was 20. He was charming at first. Smart. Confident. Powerful. She swallowed. But also controlling. Manipulative. Jealous. The kind of man who watches your every move. Her voice drifted. By the time I realized who he really was, I was pregnant with you. Dad stepped closer, voice low and shaky. He didn't take rejection well. He threatened your mother. He even threatened me. I felt sick. Mom wiped her tears. I left him. I never told him I was pregnant. I moved states. And I married John. He promised to protect us. I stared at them both. So Alex, does he know? About me? Mom shook her head violently. No. God, I hope not. I lifted my phone. Well, he's definitely looking. The message I didn't expect. While we sat in silence, another notification popped up. Alex sent you a message. My heart jumped into my throat. Mom grabbed my wrist. Don't open it. But I did. Because at this point, I needed the truth more than I needed their protection. It read, Hey, I think we're siblings. I don't know how, but I've been searching for answers. My dad won't tell me anything. Please message me back. I felt a strange mix of curiosity and dread. His tone sounded sincere. Confused. Maybe even desperate. Not dangerous. Nothing like the monster my parents described. Mom shook her head. He could be lying. Dad added, or he could be like his father. But I had a question they couldn't answer. How do you even know he's dangerous? Has he ever come after you? The room went silent. Mom stared down at her hands. Dad swallowed. I realized something important. They weren't terrified of my biological father. They were terrified of the truth. The strange Thanksgiving. That evening was supposed to be family time. Turkey. Laughter. Warm memories. Instead, the air felt thick with secrets. My brother Ethan arrived, completely unaware of the storm brewing. He walked into the kitchen, froze when he saw the tension, then laughed awkwardly. "What is going on?" Mom and Dad exchanged a glance, the same look they'd been exchanging all day. The "don't tell him" look. But I was done protecting their lies. I handed Ethan my phone. "Read this." He furrowed his eyebrows, but started reading. 5 seconds in, his eyes widened. 10 seconds in, he looked at Mom. 15 seconds, he stared at Dad. "You've got to be kidding me." Mom whispered something like, "Ethan, please." But he cut her off. "You lied to us? All these years." Dad stepped in. "We had our reasons." Ethan scoffed. "No. You had excuses." I'd never seen Ethan talk back like that. He'd always been the calm one. The golden child. But now? He was furious. He turned to me. What are you going to do?" I looked at both of them. "I'm going to meet Alex." Mom nearly screamed, "No." Dad slammed his hand on the table. "That man ruined everything. He will ruin this too." "But Ethan?" He crossed his arms. "Mom." "Dad." "She deserves to know the truth." They didn't respond. Because deep down, they knew he was right. The first call with Alex. That night, I sat in my car with the engine off, my hands trembling over my phone. I stared at Alex's message for a long time. Finally, I typed, "Hi. I think we need to talk." He responded instantly. "Can I call you?" My heart pounded as the screen lit up. "Incoming call, Alex Reed." I answered. His voice was soft. Nervous. "Emily?" "Yes." Then, for the first time ever, I heard the voice of my biological father's other child. "You have no idea how long I've been searching for someone like you." His words sent a chill through me. "Like me." He exhaled shakily. "I've always felt like something was off. Like I was missing someone." My dad never talks about his past. He gets angry if I ask. I hesitated. "Do you know who your dad is?" A deep pause. "Yeah, but he's not someone I talk about. People say he's..." He stopped. "Dangerous? Manipulative? Abusive? Everything my mother said?" I whispered. "My mom told me he's a bad man." Alex's voice cracked. "He wasn't always. But now, I'm not sure what he is." My chest tightened. "What do you mean?" He took a breath. "My dad doesn't know I'm doing this. If he finds out, it won't end well." That same cold panic I saw in my mother's eyes seeped into my bones. What would he do? Silence. Then, "Emily, he destroys anything he can't control." My heart dropped. That was the moment I knew. Mom wasn't lying. Dad wasn't exaggerating. This man, my biological father, wasn't just dangerous. He was someone people feared. Alex whispered, "Please don't tell him you found me." "Please." I nodded, even though he couldn't see me. "I won't." He hesitated again. "Emily, I think we should meet. Somewhere safe." My breath hitched. I didn't know if meeting him was brave, or the biggest mistake of my life. But I needed answers. I needed the truth. "Okay," I whispered. "Let's meet." His voice broke with relief. "Thank you, sister." The call ended. And the moment it did, my porch light suddenly flicked on by itself. My parents appeared at the front door, watching me, as if they knew. And the expression on my father's face wasn't anger. It was fear. Pure fear. Then my mom said the one sentence that changed everything. She walked down the steps toward my car, her face pale, her voice trembling. "Emily, you don't understand." I stepped out of the car slowly. "What don't I understand?" She swallowed, and said the 7 words that hit harder than anything I'd heard so far. "Your biological father never stopped looking for you."